Alright guys, so today we're gonna go over a recent photo shoot I did. The concept was kind of an H&M kind of style, so something along the lines of that or even that. And that's what we'll kind of get in the end. And as you can see, we can put the logos there. It resembles it just kind of a bit, so let's get into it. So let me set up the day for you. So basically the day was 3 to 4 p.m. The sun was out quite hard, so as you can see, the sun's kind of coming from the back side to the side of her. So what this picture is, it's basically just I had my assistant cover her so the face kind of wasn't too overexposed, and it's just it's a honeycomb kind of filter, and it's kind of just blocking out the sun, so her body, and it kind of I can expose for the background and also expose for correctly for her body. So this is what we this is out of the camera, kind of raw. So as you can see, the f-stop or the aperture is at 10, the shutter speed is 1/250th, ISO is 100, and I'm using a 50mm, and I'm about, I'd say, a little more than eye level with her, a little less than eye level with her. So I'm kind of down on my knees with her. And yeah, that's kind of the raw shot out of the camera. So I'll show you basically what I did to achieve kind of that huey saturated look that H&M kind of has going for their stuff. So one thing I noticed is they like to pump up the hue, like to bring out the saturation a lot. The water, even though I tried to mimic the water as best I can. Of course, these guys shoot probably in kind of the Philippines or somewhere exotic where it's kind of aqua blue water. Of course, in Toronto you don't have that, so there's some workarounds you can do to kind of achieve this look. But basically, so let's start off with, so basically first I started off with cleaning her face up, but nothing else. I really didn't try to keep this natural. It's just her face that kind of had a few blemishes and everything like that, but for the most part her whole body is on point. So I didn't liquefy or anything like that, so I kind of wanted to keep it kind of natural. So after having a high frequency and cleaning it up with the high frequency method, added a brightness. Brightness is there kind of just to bring out more dynamic and bring her out from the background, kind of have her in the forefront, and it kind of adds some dynamic from the light and the dark tones and stuff like that. Exposure, I kind of just brought that just to balance it out, the transition from dark to light, especially right here. You can see the honeycomb effect right here. And the highlights I didn't want to overexpose, but as you can see, the honeycomb light is really good at kind of keeping her properly exposed with the kind of background. So this is where basically you just have to add a hue and saturation, and you have to adjust the cyans and blues, or the blues and magnetas. So blues, let's see if we go to 0, and I basically just color picked it and change that. So you can see it start to come out the blues, and then I just played with the hue to kind of match that neon look the H&M ads have, so something like that. And then to take that even further, I just wanted to take the background and kind of some of the elements on her were starting to bleed into the lights or the hue and saturation. So like her bracelet right there. This top layer is primarily for the background, but yeah, you can mask out the elements that are starting to leak blue and neon, but everything around that is basically that, and it's just that simple. Yeah, there were other pictures, but this one I thought was the best. As you'd see, the blue neon is kind of the water and the sky are turning into neon, so it gets kind of that effect across that high saturation of. This is basically, they had a reflector, some kind of skim reflector on her, shining back. Probably tinfoil because of the kind of uneven patterns on her of light. But this one is pretty straightforward. It's just a dead-on light. Again, we shot at around 3 to 4. So the sun was pretty harsh. It wasn't golden hour or anything like that. Yeah, so she has a tinfoil kind of effect on her reflector, as you can see by that. But I think for the most part, you can play around with the color and stuff like that, but for the most part, that's what you need to kind of get that H&M effect with the photos. Of course, you do need a pretty beautiful model. This girl's from Elite, and yeah, it was kind of an impromptu shoot. I had some free time in the afternoon, and I just called up the agency, and they were like, yeah, let's shoot something. So that's for the most part how to get the H&M effect. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks for watching, guys.